Good morning, Lee.
So you went to Vietnam, right, as an engineer, and I'm sure there are a lot of soldiers come back with PTSD, post-traumatic syndrome disorder, right?
Right.
So um, the symptoms will be like agitation, nightmare, anger, hard to fall asleep or stay asleep. So, did you ever have that?
I don't think I ever had anything like that. I think anybody is in the country of Vietnam is always on alert for things that may happen, and they might react to loud noises, maybe even vehicles backfiring, or you can hear machine guns in the background, or 5 miles away or whatever. We did have one person that I got to get very close with. His nickname was Gunner. I won't use his last name, but he was a gunner on a helicopter. And what they did at that time is you had so many missions. I think it was like 20 maybe. I'm not sure of the amount. But what they did is when somebody had missions as being a gunner on a helicopter that go into the areas and weed out the Vietnamese or Viet Cong. What they did is they transferred them to our unit. So what they do is the only way they could handle PTSD was that way. They really didn't treat them for that ailment. They just moved them away from it. And he still did experience problems sleeping, and like he didn't have any counseling. I left before he did, so I'm not sure if they did anything for him going home. But PTSD in Vietnam wasn't as recognized as it is was in Iraq or Afghanistan.
So and my major of PhD is neuroscience, and so we did research how the nerves wire together and fire together. From my medical knowledge, that PTSD is because when your nerves or your brain are stimulated strongly, then there's a group of neurons are hyperactive. So when you are in a hyper alert condition to do the mission, then those group of neurons just become so alert that it wire together and forming a very strong circuit. So that strong circuit will keep going even the mission is finished, and their stress hormone will go up to the roof, and that's how they couldn't sleep. Because before you go to sleep, the stress hormone has to be lowered. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, either you don't fall asleep or you wake up with nightmare. And when your stress hormone is that high, your threshold lowered. So any kind of stimulation, loud noise or work stress, family stress, will set up the whole fight or flight condition. So they get angry, they couldn't control their temper, they have a hard time to concentrate. And to treat this PTSD, counseling is one thing, but to rewire the nerves, for instance, using acupuncture on the scalp, on the hand and the feet, we actually stimulate the relaxing center of the brain. So we have this whole group of neurons, and they wire together so that they can slow down the breathing, dropping the stress hormone, so they can sleep deeper. Once they sleep deeper, the body produces more relaxing hormone, serotonin, GABA, endorphin, and all of this relaxing hormone make them in a more balanced state. So the stress hormone dropped, then they can cope with more stress daily life. So we have to combine a different kind of treatment modality, counseling, and exercise, yoga, meditation with acupuncture, all of this rewire the brain. So if you only talk to them, oh, don't think about it, it's going to be hard, right? But if you use needles to stimulate the relaxing center, like people will lying down there and they see the bright spot, the third eye open. For me, it's a bright white. There are other professional meditator, they would say blue light, and you close your eyes, you have acupuncture with the deep breathing. Did you ever see those kind of a third eye, blue, purple? Some people have yellow. What kind of color you have?
This would be if
You're in the treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason you see this third eye when you close your eyes, deep breathing, have acupuncture, is indicating there are another group of nerves are active, forming another circuit, and that's how you see this third eye opening.
Yeah, if I was to get a color, I'd have to say it would be red.
Yes, okay, so different people have different kind of color. I never see purple, red, or green. That's more soothing for me. I think for you, because you went through so many things, the red is kind of a strong color, but still it's a happy color. So I think you're still relaxed.
Okay.
So for people who have traumatic injury, their brain rewired. So if you want to rewire the brain to the more relaxing state, you can start acupuncture treatment 2-3 times a week for 10 treatment. And then you cut back to once a week for 10 treatment. And then when you get better, you exercise daily, you meditate daily, or you're practicing yoga. That way you don't have to come to me, spend your time or money to get your brain rewired. Thank you.